while the real estate stays in the nobility's hands, generating the wealth that is power. The system is designed to deliver fresh goods. As a performer, you're simply a commodity on their stock exchange. This is how a gig feels. The sound makes lights dance, and the lights in turn make the music swell and glow and burn in a dream world of shadows and fire. Spectacular theatrical pyrotechnics, smoke and mirrors, create an intensity on an epic scale. It's colossal, and you get to be heroic. But only for 90 minutes. The other 22 and a half hours are all about life support for the show. Deviate from the itinerary at your own peril, at the risk of failing that aforementioned network of the rich and powerful, or your partners in this band business, or the guys on the buses and trucks, or the fans in the seats who bring their expectations to bear. The game dictates that the carnival of bang will move on, leaving you behind as demographics shift and profits drop. Rock stars eventually arrive at this knowledge, the whimpering disappointment of general disinterest. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There were true joys in being a rock star. My success as a musician came in stages. At first, it enabled me to afford to move out of my parents' house and in with my girl, Jeanette, then get married, buy a house, and start a family, then more kids. Success as an artist meant being able to provide a better life for my parents, my brother and his family, as well as college educations for my children. All of it added up to a great deal of happiness and pride. Even though I often failed to prioritize them on my calendar, family always outranked my own pursuits as a musician, writer, or minor league celebrity. But success also breeds friction between career choices and creative fulfillment. Worse, between career and family needs. The success I had as a commercial artist allowed me, later in my life, to make classical guitar and jazz records. I'm a West End Toronto boy who has jammed with George Benson, Steve Morse, Steve Vai, Alex Lifeson, Leona Boyd, Ed Bickert, Ted Nugent, Sammy Hagar, Sal Salvador, Bruce Coburn, Ian Thomas, Randy Bachman, Nathan East, and Jerry Jeff Walker. I got to make indie albums with Dave Dunlop, Michael Shotton, Pablo, and Oscar Lopez. I never would have been invited to become a college professor, a gig I truly enjoyed, if not for my success in rock music. It certainly wasn't only about my musicianship, which is realistic, not falsely modest, because in my case, it's impossible to separate the musician from the career. There were lots of choices made for commercial success, not musicianship. Later, that reversed, and I made decisions purely for the sake of artistic fulfillment. It balanced out okay in the end, and my creative life goes on. The pursuit of creative writing, songs, columns, essays, course curricula, lesson plans, prose, poetry, expanded my inner life and my vision of the universe. It wasn't always wonderful and happy, but that's life. Sometimes it's messy, painful, and complicated. Writing has helped me cope with some of that, and it's brought me perspectives I never would have had as just a musician. Writing this memoir was, in a way, like a cathartic unburdening in a confessional. On balance, the joys far outweigh the sorrows. It's only rock and roll, but I lived it. Anyone and everyone who's had a career in the music biz has a unique story to tell, because no two careers are the same. The music business chose me as much as I chased it. It's the only life I know, and I can't pretend that some things didn't happen, and I haven't forgotten lessons learned from the experience. That school of hard knocks made me somewhat cynical. Still, romantically, but just as realistically, I thank my lucky stars that I got to live a life where creative play was my work. I never had to routinely punch a time clock or drive in rush hour. A different kind of work ethic imprinted on me. Part of the gig here is to offer some insight into an artist's process. You choose a performer's life, and the show must go on. Folks don't pay to see you be less than great. They want 100%, but prefer 110.